I don't want to harp on this too much. It's just so cool, and I'm just jealous I can't do that. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lone University, and this week I'll be covering the Band-Maids, their song No God. This is a first-time thing for me in terms of a completely blind reaction. I have never heard this song, and it is my 10th video in this series, so I wanted to try the full reaction thing and see what I can catch. This comes by request from a subscriber here on the channel, so thank you so much for that. But I wanted to focus the first few videos, the first 9, I suppose, on bass players I was familiar with, songs I was familiar with. Despite already knowing them, I think there's a lot of great things I was able to talk about between Rush and Dream Theater, Dirty Loops, Ventura Highway by America, Megadeth. But I want to venture in to do some blind reactions, so this is going to be my first one. I have no idea what to expect, but thanks again for the request. So Band-Maid is a Japanese rock band formed in 2013, consisting of singer Saiki Atsumi, guitarist Miku Kobato, lead guitarist Kanami Tonyo, bassist Misa, which was recommended in the request, and drummer Akane Hirose. I don't know why I'm putting a Hispanic inflection on that. I am Hispanic. I'm not Japanese, so forgive my pronunciations of these names. But the band combines a rock sound with a made image modeled on Japanese-made cafés. And they had a recent full-length album, Unseen World, was released in 2021. And the comment came with a suggestion on Misa's really interesting technique and parts. So, yeah, let's jump into it. Band-Maid, No God. Ooh, oh yeah. There she is, Misa, using a pick. You can hear that bass grinding underneath. Interesting. Key change. This has a really cool kind of like, I don't want to say Iron Maiden sort of instrumentation. I think we're here in the key of A. She's using a pick. Looks sort of like a Fender type of bass. The headstock has like a B on it, so I'm not sure what brand that is. Of course, the Fender shape and look is ubiquitous with other brands these days. That type of thing. That's gone to lead guitar. Looks like she's playing a PRS. This is really interesting. They went up, kind of sound like they went up a whole step for a minute with some like little diminished, weird kind of things. This is really interesting. It's kind of like, it's got like a thrash metal kind of feel. Even the font on that bass drum head kind of has the Iron Maidenish kind of metal look. It's really cool. Love those EVH cabs and amps back there. Let's keep going. This is really, really interesting. So, yeah, she's doing a lot of sliding up. I noticed there was a part kind of in the pre-chorus. She was kind of hitting with the vocals or catching like a drum accent. Like it. Back down to A. She's doing a lot of octaves. Oh, I gotta go back and catch that. Looks like she did like a slap maneuver there. And this, again, this was mentioned in the request comment. So the comment says she's able to seamlessly change between picking and slapping, which I cannot do, which I applaud people who can. So it looks like here she's obviously holding a pick. So in my mind, to do that technique, you'd be holding the pick like normal, and you might tuck the pick kind of here, or in the kind of, this is like magician sleight of hand card trick stuff, right? Or you could just keep holding on to the pick and pop with the middle finger. But if she's slapping, there must be some sort of like this kind of maneuver here. So I'm holding the pick kind of like that under my index finger. I can't do it very well. Let me see if I can catch how she's doing this. So obviously using the thumb, it's just going to go by really fast. I'm going to do some start and stops here, see if I can see what she does. It's hard to tell. Definitely using the thumb. Looks like to me it's tucked under either the index finger or the middle, but this is a great technique. The only guy I can think of that really does this type of thing is like Polyphia, Clay Gober, which I'd love to do a video on the channel as well, because there's a lot to talk about with Polyphia. But he's either doing kind of like a hybrid picking thing, but it reminds me of this. Nonetheless, super cool. There it is again. And before that, some really cool just moving bass stuff. The bass is really going up and down. She's really sticking to octaves, keeping a lot of motion in the bass. Bass players and octaves go together like peanut butter and jelly, right? We play a lot of octaves as bass players. But something about when you add a slide and go on to the note of the same string, so C down here all the way to C up here, it can really give some... versus going... This kind of drives these driving rock pieces. So that's a stylistic choice to really give some movement. It helps the bass stand out, and it just gives it a completely different sound. Oh, I can see it a little better here. Now that's some intricate slapping to be holding a pick. I don't think there's going to be any way for me to see exactly how it's done, but that is extremely impressive. I can hear the the slap line really going off in the mix. It's mixed very well. This has a nice classic kind of jazz bass sound. It's got some throatiness to it, some grit, some top end. She's probably probably running it with some drive, but it's kind of a classic jazz bass sound. There's not too much there, and it's really cutting through, but I'm hearing all kind of this kind of stuff back and forth. Very cool. And it works really well with this song as well. You don't hear slap in like thrash metal and rock kind of stuff. But she's kind of interchanging it really stylistically. I feel like this is a repeat of what was earlier when she was kind of picking it. Now she's slapping it. So it's kind of driving to something. I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. There's that modulation again. Sounds like we were in A before. Up a half step, kind of in B flat. So I guess it wasn't going up a whole step, it was going up kind of more a half step here. A flat, G, C. Very cool. It's gonna be stuck in my head all day now. Uh-oh. can't get over this the seamless swapping. I know this was what the video was about. This is truly blowing me away. This is some David Copperfield stuff. I don't know how it... Using the thumb, man. Maybe I could see there. Okay, this is the first angle I've really gotten. And I still have no idea. I don't want to harp on this too much. It's just so cool, and I'm just jealous I can't do that. Ooh, okay, one last time. You can kind of see her put it back in pick position here. Right here. Right there. Pulls it out of somewhere. I mean, like, rabbit out of the hat, right? Very cool. I'm impressed. This is great. I want to see them live now. Kind of back to that C minor. Key change where, we were starting off kind of an A like that. It's done very smoothly. I love how the bass is, she's really taking a page from my book in terms of what I love to do. Anytime there's an empty space or we're kind of in this interlude bridge, that's a great time to put a bass melody in there. You can support the vocals that way, you can support the drums that way, or you can just do a little bass melody that has nothing to do with anything. And it's just great composition to me. And she's really making use of all of the space here. The bass is going up and down during the heaviest parts of the song, and coming up and being more melodic during these sort of softer sections. It's amazing. That is so stuck in my head. So now we're back down to the A, so they key change again. Back down to A. Yeah, so wow, I got to check out more of this band. I'd never heard of them. When I first pulled it up, it kind of had, the baby metal type aesthetic, which is really, really cool. I would love to cover them on the channel as well. But I have so much respect for the Japanese, the culture, the music, the arts over there. I have toured around the world, and that is one of the places I have not been. I've not visited Australia, New Zealand, Japan, any of that. It's a bucket list thing for me to do one day, and I just want to soak in the culture and the art. Stuff like this is so cool. And yeah, I'm very impressed with this band. Bass player clearly has a handle on the roll of the bass. Everything from slapping in sort of a thrash metal rock style. I don't want to keep saying thrash metal. It's just, it's a kind of driving rock sound. But you don't hear those slap parts put in there so brilliantly. I think the tone works great. I didn't really comment on the amp rig. It looked like that orange stack behind her was obviously her amp of choice, but a lot of recognizable brands up there, all sound great. And just what a fun band. They just look like they're having a blast. They're all extremely talented. And thank you so much for the recommendation. It's got me hooked on this seamless slap and picking hybrid thing, which is very impressive. Done so well, and there's some sleight of hand going on there that, maybe it's best not to learn the magic trick in some ways. But thank you so much for the request. Please like this video. We have new videos every Tuesday. I hope you're enjoying this series. And if you want me to react to something or analyze it, please comment with a link to the video. I know there's lots of comments about artists, but I want to make sure there's something in the bass I can sort of latch onto. Otherwise, I'm just analyzing the guitar and the drums, and there are far more qualified artists to, add commentary on those things. But yeah, comment what you'd like to see, subscribe, and we will see you next week. Cheers.